It's Monday, March 24th. Right now on 12 News at 10.
I'm Gabriella Becerra in the newsroom. The San Carlos Apache tribe is demanding a more thorough investigation into group homes after the murder of Emily Pike. I'll explain more coming up.
We have a weather impact alert for tomorrow with repeat record heat in the forecast, approaching 100 for the first time this year.
I'm Chase Golightly in Phoenix. We're not even into our summer season, and the Valley Fire Department says they're having to save hikers on a regular basis. What we know coming up.
And a bill that aims to provide funding for repairs at Chase Field won't be ready for opening day. Where the legislation stands tonight.
12 News at 10 with Mark Curtis and Caribe Divine starts now.
And we begin tonight with the San Carlos Apache tribe, where officials are calling on state leaders to investigate the group home that 14-year-old Emily Pike went missing from back in January. Good evening and thanks for joining us for 12 News at 10. I'm Mark Curtis. Caribe's off tonight. Tribal leaders are also asking lawmakers to strengthen standards for all group homes across the state. 12 News journalist Gabriella Becerra joins us in studio with the outcome the tribe is hoping for. Gabby?
Well, Mark, Chairman Terry Rambler is hoping state leaders can further the investigation into Emily Pike's death, figuring out how she was allowed to leave the home without permission and ways to prevent similar cases in the future. It's been nearly 2 months since Emily Pike left her group home in Mesa, never to be seen again. The teen's dismembered remains were later found in a remote area near Globe on Valentine's Day.
Say her name!
Emily Pike!
As her murder largely remains a mystery, tribal leaders from the San Carlos Apache Reservation, where Pike is from, are now calling on Arizona Attorney General Chris Mays to investigate the circumstances around Emily's unauthorized departure. Chairman Terry Rambler says this investigation should carefully review the safety, security, monitoring, licensing, and operational standards for group homes. The tribe then asked Governor Katie Hobbs to take any findings and implement reforms in group homes across the state. The Arizona Attorney General's office shared this statement in response. Attorney General Mays is deeply saddened by the heinous murder of Emily Pike. The Attorney General's office has reached out to local law enforcement to offer any assistance in their investigation and is reviewing the resolution made by the tribe.
Nobody went to go look for her. Nobody looked for her. They found her, and it was just, that is it. That is wrong, and somebody has to say no more.
The resolution also supports HB 2281, a bill that would create a missing Indigenous person alert system and allow police to notify the public similarly to the Amber Alert system.
I do believe that this would have saved Emily's life. At the very least, we would have been able to find, this little girl before she'd gone missing, or at least be closer to finding the people who did this horrible thing to her.
I reached out to the governor's office for comment but did not get a response. I also reached out to the CEO of the group home Emily was staying at but also did not hear back. The tribe is offering a $75,000 reward to any person who provides information that leads to an arrest or a conviction in Emily's case. In studio, Gabriella Becerra, 12 News.
Gabby, thanks. Happening right now in Mesa, police are investigating a fatal crash. These are live pictures from the scene near Power and McDowell Roads. Mesa police tell us the crash involved a motorcycle and another vehicle, adding the motorcycle driver died at the scene. Police say there are road closures in place right now as they continue their investigation. Also new tonight, law enforcement in northern Arizona now believes that 3 missing South Korean tourists may have been involved in this fiery crash along I-40 near Williams. Today, investigators determined that a BMW SUV was one of the vehicles involved in the massive pileup. That's the same type of vehicle the missing tourists were last seen driving in. Yesterday, troopers also identified more human remains. They're now working to determine if those remains belong to those missing tourists. We have a weather impact alert as we deal with record heat in the valley this week. Chris, I guess it was just inevitable whether it was this week or next week. At some point soon, we were going to hit 100. What are the chances it happens tomorrow?
Yeah, we're pretty much like 50-50 that we will hit 100 tomorrow. 99 is the forecast high. That's what we have on our map. But it easily could just briefly tip up to 100 and then back off to 99. Most of us will be in the 90s, and most of us in the 90s all afternoon. 97 Maricopa, 97 Queen Creek, Scottsdale, Fountain Hills at 96, and 99 for Goodyear and Buckeye at 97. So tomorrow afternoon we have a weather impact alert, because for March standards, even for the desert, this is extreme heat, and we don't want people to get hurt because of the heat or dehydration or just spending too much time outdoors. So limit your time outdoors, especially for susceptible folks, and if you can, air conditioning will be your friend, and stay hydrated. So it's really the afternoon portion that has us concerned as we pop up into the 90s, 97 by 4 p.m. By the way, today we did set a record at 96 degrees. The previous record, 94, will be even warmer than that tomorrow. But coming back down for your weekend, we'll take a look at your 7-day forecast a little bit later on.
All right, Chris, thanks. Well, it's only March, but emergency crews were hard at work rescuing valley hikers today. The rescues were on 2 different mountains, and with the heat expected to be worse tomorrow, as Chris said, maybe 100, crews will once again be on high alert. 12 News journalist Chase Golightly spoke to first responders today and found out how they're being called out to help.
Both of those hikers had to be taken by helicopter to the hospital, including one right here on Camelback Mountain who was going up the Echo Canyon Trail. It was near the top where firefighters found a man unconscious and not breathing on Camelback Mountain. Phoenix Fire Department says he suffered a medical emergency and had to be airlifted to the hospital. That same day, another rescue, this time at the McDowell-Sonoran Preserve in Scottsdale. A 50-year-old woman also taken by helicopter after Captain Dave Folio with the fire department says she suffered heat exhaustion.
Feeling dizzy, nauseous, and could not get themselves off the trail by themselves.
While we haven't reached summer, Folio says Scottsdale Fire is averaging 1 rescue a day. The majority of the time, those hikers are visiting from out of town and are not prepared.
We're in spring break. There's been a lot of people here.
We spoke with a few visitors who said they are ready. But what made their journey difficult?
A little warmer than Ohio right now.
The heat is probably the only variable that I'm not necessarily prepared for.
On Camelback, it wasn't just the heat.
It was very much harder than I thought.
Not everyone was prepared.
Hey, let's put some bags on our shoes and we won't dirty them. It worked out perfectly.
The Clark family says this was their first time hiking here and underestimated what it takes.
We had our water, but we just weren't prepared with our outfit, but we will be next time.
It's new hikers and tourists that led to dozens of rescues over the years, which is why Phoenix Parks and Recreation is now considering closing Camelback, Piestewa, and South Mountain trails whenever the temperature is expected to get to 105 degrees or hotter, all to keep people safe. But it's getting mixed reactions from those who come here often.
I think more restrictions would be good. I think it's fine, just be careful.
Parks and Recreation will be discussing that change at their meeting this Thursday. We were told it's possible they will make a final decision. Of course, we'll keep you updated as we learn more. For now, we're at Camelback Mountain. Chase Golightly, 12 News.
Chase, thanks. In political news tonight, the race for the late Raul Grijalva's congressional seat is heating up. Daniel Hernandez, a former state lawmaker from Tucson and the Gabby Giffords intern who helped save her life back in 2011, announced today that he's running in the Democratic primary for the southern seat.
I'm a new type of leader. I'm a new energy. I'm a new generation. I'm 35 years old, but I come with lots of experience of being actually able to stand up and fight for our democratic values and get results.
Grijalva's daughter, Pima County Supervisor Adelita Grijalva, is expected to announce whether she'll run after her father's funeral on Wednesday. Arizona Secretary of State Adrian Fontes is also preparing to run in the special election. The CD7 primary is set for July 15th. The D-backs are still working with state leaders on a deal to help finance renovations at Chase Field, and it looks like it won't happen as quickly as the team would have liked. The D-backs are hoping the state legislature passes a bill that calls for all sales tax generated at Chase Field to be allocated towards stadium renovations. Phoenix Mayor Kate Gallego has been the leading opponent of the legislation. She made her position clear today at a Capitol meeting that the Diamondbacks should be a financial partner on the renovations. So far, the team has not made a formal financial commitment.
A true public-private partnership includes private dollars. There's not a mechanism in this bill right now to require the Diamondbacks to put money in. We are deeply concerned that this could be $1 billion from the taxpayers. We at the City of Phoenix have a lot of unmet needs. The state is closing schools. We really ought to be more fiscally conservative.
Lawmakers hinted today that there could be additional changes to the bill, meaning it likely has a way to go before it's finally approved.